talking about me, because a lot of people don't necessarily know me as a facilitator. And oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a turtle in the ocean right in front of me. There is. I'm gonna. If it might flap again at us, but maybe not. We'll see. The tides are kind of moving them around. But there are turtles, so you guys lower your barriers.
Just past the rocks, like it just went under.
I think you might have seen a rock.
Oh,
but let's just pretend. Oh my gosh.
I'm going with that.
Okay, did you see that turtle? I saw the turtle.
I saw something that looked just like a turtle.
Oh yeah, perfect. They do. They look very much like rocks. So Ellen and I, we're just wanting to give people an opportunity to kind of get a feel for me as a facilitator, and also because I think that. I mean, we both think that I facilitate in a little bit of a different way than most people, which every facilitator does. Everybody has their own unique way of facilitating, and I guess I'm not unique in that way. So it's really helpful, and I really wanted to make this about like, hey, do you have questions, or is there something that we can really address today, right now, in this moment, that you have something coming up that we can change? So I'm gonna let you guys all think about this or feel into or let the energy swirl. But if you could have anything out of this, what would that be? And so right now, just lower your barriers even more. And now let that question, really, if you could have anything out of this, kind of bubble. Ooh, a big one's coming. Let it bubble up. Let it bubble around you. Let the energy of that question tingle your cells. And then what pops into your mind? Not, right? So a lot of times we look at like, oh, this is a problem I'm working on and I would really like to change this, but really, what's there when you lower your barriers?
For me, what pops up is the being seen. And I think you kind of know what I mean. Like, I have the tendency to hide a lot.
Okay. I'm going to let that one sit just for a second. Who else?
This is Marcy. When I thought about that question, I feel like my life is pretty great, but it would be a lot bigger if I truly knew the magic that I am, if I truly had the confidence of an infinite being, it's all that stuff. Like, because it's like all the components are floating around. It's just, I guess it's like Ellen, like not being wanting, I guess not. And yet I choose to just be with myself, you know, like in my own little, I mean, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't know. Yeah, I would say self-confidence.
Okay. Cool. Hi, Anne-Marie. I saw you just popped on. Yay! So Lee or Tundi. Tundi, am I saying that right?
Yes, it's Tunda, yeah.
Tunde.
Yeah.
So if you guys could have anything out of this, Anne-Marie, I didn't see it when you popped on, but my question was, if you lower your barriers, if you could have anything out of this, what would it be?
The thing that immediately popped up for me was making the sense of overwhelm that I feel disappear. Yeah. I would love that. That's my order.
Okay. Okay. What else?
So I guess a sense of calm, as
Okay.
opposed to what I don't want. What I do want is a sense of just calm and not frazzled. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So I think what I want is probably something similar to that. After each class I take in Access, I get more and more awareness of everything going on because more shit clears out of me. And so then I'm like, ah! And I noticed after I went to the abuse class a month ago, ever since then, I have felt worse and worse and worse. I have
Really?
felt more depressed,
Yeah.
more anxiety. I have like more all the shit. And so
That's just called more aware.
exactly. And so like I'm at the point now where I'm like, okay, do I need to go back on my antidepressant? What do I need to do? Because I'm having like a hard time functioning in life
Mm.
because I'm not comfortable. I don't know how to do this. I like will sit and cry sometimes and I'm like, I don't even know why I'm crying. So yeah, I just think I need to learn how to like function as this person.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I have one.
Yeah.
I have something similar that Anne-Marie has, but I know that I'm crying because it feels like there is like a lot of entity crossing across my body or enmeshed in me, and I can't get even rid of them because I feel like kind of they like emotionally they overpowering me, and I get so deep like dragging my feet literally.
Cool. Great. All right. So first of all, you guys all have a similar theme, and this is the like my favorite tool. Who does this belong to?
Yeah, it doesn't
So
work.
right. So everywhere where you guys are like, yeah, but I'm still aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
So Ellen, I mean, like everything right now that you just said to me, all of you, right now, everything. Just allow yourself to become aware of what you're aware of. Like expand out, lower your barriers, expand out, and everything that is not yours, will you now return it? And anything that keeps it locked or bound to you, will you destroy and uncreate that? Woo! Cool. Okay. So any oaths, vows, commitments, communities, binding, bondings, contracts, anything that has you connected to other people, this reality that doesn't allow you to have space with it. You destroyed everything that. Return it to sender,
Yes.
times a gazillion. Good, bad, right, wrong, puck, pod, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Woo! No. Okay, cool. So if it's not light, it's not yours. Like, you know this cognitively, right? You guys, this is something that have you all heard this? If it's not light and joyful, so do you guys all have a sense of your own energy? So let's just do this right now. I like to put my hand on my heart. So just kind of like get a sense of who you are. So put your hand on your heart and lower your barriers to the energy that's there. Cool. Do you notice that there is a calm, that there is it's a relaxation, that there is, that your cells can then kind of like expand and breathe? Cool. Even if it was only in that one little spot under your hand, did you notice that energy that was present?
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody not? Okay. So if that is your natural state of being, all that other stuff is not yours. Okay, cool. That's like step one, right? But then you take it into like, yeah, but, right? You get so aware and it gets super dense and it gets really heavy and you have way more pain. And like I said, Anne-Marie, it's like you become more aware. And that's definitely one thing that when I started doing Access, I was like, wait, what the fuck? I didn't sign up for this. Like, I want this information to go away. Like, I thought awareness would make it go away. No, it makes it more. What? Like, what? Yeah. So your anxiety, your feeling of like, I want to hide, that sense that everything's not easy, having fear of who you are and like your capacities and like all of that, right? It's not gonna, it is cool. Everything that brings up, can we now destroy and create it? Time is a good zillion. Woo! Good, bad, right, wrong, puck, putt, online, shorts, boys, meows. So, woo! Like, throw a hissy fit. Be like, what the fuck? I didn't sign up for this. Fucking A. No, no, no. Right? Let yourself have that. Cry it out. And then keep going. Right? So that's kind of like one. It's as you become more aware, you're going to be more aware. Two, the things that the second thing that is like I think imperative for everybody on this call is this is where like the real, and I call it like the battle. This is what you have to actually battle for now, is your ease, your reality, your lightness. Cool. So everything that this is bringing up, where you thought like, oh, consciousness, I thought it was going to be super easy and we were going to be all like blissed out and happy now, so we can destroy and create all that. Good, bad, right, wrong, fuck, pod, all night, shorts, boys, weekends. Yeah, we came here to like, well, let me ask you guys this and you can tell me if it's light for you or not. When people say like, oh, you know, like, why do you like it hard? Because if it was too easy, it'd be too easy. Did you actually come here to do this battle?
Yeah.
Yeah, to battle for consciousness, right? So everywhere where you're like throwing a hissy fit because you're like, yeah, I'm not strong enough, I don't know. Will you destroy and uncreate that and put your big girl panties on and like, and man up or woman up, or you know, like mermaid up. light being activate. So anything that doesn't allow your light being, the like so right now, lower your barriers. Everything that's not yours that you've been holding on to, that you've been like, fuck, what the fuck about right now, whether it is what you've been aware of, what you were trying to create and it's not working, the not having the ease in your body, like any of that stuff now that really isn't yours, that you can just let go. Will you just let it dissolve and bubble away? And in a few minutes, I'll talk about when it comes back. But right now, in this moment, will you just let it dissolve away from you? Cool. Yes. Now, really the truth is, are you willing to have it that easy?
Oh, that's too easy.
It's yes
Right.
and no.
Right. So we want to say yes, but really we have some sort of whatever it is that we are still so addicted to, the heaviness and the torture
Yeah.
and the martyrdom and like the heavy, which is like which makes it real, right? Because if it was too easy. So Anne Marie, part of all of this too is that there is a detox process that happens, and that is the detoxing of this reality and the hard of this reality. So everything that you guys can now do just to open your cells up and let that detoxing of this reality just kind of like bubble away, and let it be that easy right now, just in the next 3 minutes. Would you let yourself have it this easy? And anything that doesn't allow that, can we now destroy and uncreate together?
Yes.
Cool. Good, bad, right, wrong, cock, pod, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Woo. Okay, cool. So, nice. So this energy that's present with you right now, ask for more of it. Cool. Yeah. And ask for more of it. And now ask for it with money. Ask for it with talking to people. Ask for it with your body. There you go. Woo. Cool. So did you notice how maybe like when I said those things, like a certain, like a barrier came up, but then it's like pushing through it and then it dissolved and went away.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. So that's the choice. How in Access we always say, well, it's just a choice. It's just a choice. It's just a choice. That is your choice point. So, like Ellen, when you said, yeah, you know, like I'm afraid of being seen. Well, first of all, who does that belong to? Great. Oh yeah, that's not mine. Okay, well, there's a little bit left there. Okay, yeah, no, it's fine. Now, are you really afraid of being seen? Or, like, to me, that's such a funny thing to say, because what does that even mean?
It's more for me what comes up with that is the judgment behind it.
That you're afraid,
Like
you don't want people to judge you?
the fear of judgment, yeah.
Yeah. Who does that belong to?
Everyone.
Cool. Would you let it go? Cool. Yeah.
Bless you.
Right. So right there. Do you notice how? Oh, right. No, I can have ease with this. This isn't mine. And you can let your body relax again. Right. Did you guys notice that when I walked Ellen through it? Shoot. Lee, I lost you. Oh, there you are.
I'm here.
Oh, there are more people on? I can't see because I'm in the sun. It's really hard for me to see the screen. I forgot what you said. Will you tell me again? Oh, you said the ease, right. So this reality is so filled with judgment, with hardness, with drama, with anxiety, right? Like nothing, like who do you know that does things with just ease? How many people?
Not
Under
so many.
5, 4, 2, 1, you know, like
Still.
really not very many people, right?
My dogs.
My dog. Yes, exactly. Right. So
Yeah.
it's like it's so hard to find it, and you see everybody, like you see what everybody's doing. So right now with everybody's with all your things that you came on here that you would like to change, give it back. Find that space, that ease. Cool. That relaxation. Cool. Now, one thing that we are really good at is mimicry. We're really, really, really good at mimicking. It's part of like our superhero trait, is that we can go into a room and we see that, oh, everybody's acting a certain way. That's how I should also act. Okay, I'm going to do that. Like, we know how to blend in. We know how to do that really well. And it is to our advantage, and it is also to our disadvantage, because most of the time we have mimicked things that we probably shouldn't be mimicking. Like my mother. I have mimicked many things about my mother that I continue to destroy and uncreate. But to use mimicry to your advantage is when you see your animals, or you see an animal in nature, or you can recall nature, you can mimic that energy. Anytime that you see somebody doing something that you would like to be doing, duplicate it. Oh, what did they just do there? That was really easy. Oh my gosh, I felt really relaxed, right? You go, oh, they did that. I want that. Duplicate that. Cool. So like right now, everybody that's on this call, duplicate that energy that you would like to have more of, and grow it. Cool. And practice it, right? So this is, and that's where I come back to this, that place of choice, right? And it is a practice. Like Anne Marie, when you come to that point where you're like, oh, my body hurts and I want to cry, and then you go like, oh, wait a second, I'm going to pause and ask some questions. Cool. Am I detoxing? Whose is this? Right? That's where like that question comes into play. We can ask questions about it, and it can expand that moment. And sometimes questions don't work, and sometimes it's just amount of time, especially if it's just your body detoxing. I say just, but if it is your body detoxing, like holy shit, I had like the past 2 months have been massive detox. And I think you're not the only one. Like on this planet, a lot of people have been moving through like 2 months of being super sick, detoxing, not wanting to talk to people, just wanting to like hold away and cry. Like, so you're not alone. So that's where it's like, oh wait, who does this? Oh, what is happening? Can I change this? Not really. Okay, so I'm just gonna relax and go with the flow, right?
Yep.
Cool. And so that's the other thing, is that another capacity is that we have is this amazing ability to always make ourselves wrong. We're so good at that. Would you guys all be willing to just acknowledge how good you are at making yourselves wrong? Cool. Because when you acknowledge something, it's like saying, oh yeah, I do that. And then you don't have to like resist it. It goes both ways. So like if you're acknowledging that you're really good at something, then you can have more of it. And if you acknowledge that you're like, that you are doing something that you don't want to do, then you can actually change it. So right now, with everything that you guys, actually I'm going to pause just for a second, because we've had some new people join us. New people! It says Jay, Jerome, who else? No, I think that's it. If you guys could have anything out of this, what would it be? I'm going to give you a minute to come off mute if you want, or if maybe you just want to be voyeuristic and listening. Think about it. Hop on when you have it. I forgot what I was saying. So right now, you guys, with everything, the thing that you said that you would like to have more of, like here's this thing, but I want to have it different. Whether it's ease with dealing with people, showing up better, not having people's judgments affect me, ease with the detox my body is going through, Cool. Yeah. You know you're on the right track when your body relaxes, right? So everywhere right now where you can just acknowledge that you're being an energy that made your body relax. Cool. Yeah. Ah, what? You have a body? Your body is this amazing sensorial organ that will constantly tell you information. And my favorite, well, I mean, besides those like yummy, delicious sexual orgasmic energies, besides those, that sense of relaxation, it's like, oh yeah, I'm on the right track. Everything just relaxed. Like, have you guys had a moment where you're like trying to decide something one way or the other, and you're like, oh, should I do that? Okay, I'm gonna do this, and then you're like, no, I'm not, and then your whole body goes, oh. You're like, oh yeah, I'm not doing it. Like, our bodies are really great at letting us know when we're on the right track. Cool. So everything this brings up, can we now destroy and uncreate it? Times goes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Good, bad, right, wrong, puck, pud, online shorts, boys, and beyonds. All right. So what is coming up now? Nothing. Everybody's good.
I guess maybe like some clearness around like when that energy is coming up that you know isn't you, because like for me, the just bam, who does this belong to, that a lot of times doesn't totally work for me.
No.
Like it's not clear. So like when it's you and you're really aware of something that's coming up, and what
Okay.
is that first thing you do to kind of pull out of that or gain awareness around it?
Okay. So here, let me give you guys another one that might work when who does this belong to doesn't. Okay. So everything that's coming out for everybody can be destroyed and uncreated. Times goes on. Good, bad, right, wrong, puck, pud, online shorts, boys, and beyonds. Yeah. I keep wanting to talk about this, and it's like, no. Okay, I am going to. I don't care what you say. Are you guys willing to trust the energy? You don't have to trust you. Are you willing to trust the energy? I'm going to try and trick you into trusting you.
Please trick me.
Okay, here we go. Ready? So, would you guys be willing to like find something in your life that you could experiment with? Now, maybe like give yourself a day just to follow the energy, to trust the energy, and practice. This takes practice. We all want it like yesterday, but when you're like, oh God, this whole year for me has been like, I have been so giving it up to the universe and being like, okay, I'm gonna use my tools. I'm gonna trust that they work. And I'm gonna see what shows up. And there's a couple things in my life that I have designated, like it's only following the energy. Like I have a business that I am creating, only following the energy with. If my mind comes in, I go, wait, no, this is an energy thing. I check in with the energy of it. I look at like which is lighter, and I do that. So find something in your life that you would be willing to do that with. And it could just be a day. It could be a couple hours of like, hey, buddy, we're going to go eat. What should we go eat? Or take me on an adventure. Or go on a couple like Tinder dates, or, you know, find something in your life that you can play with. I'm just going to follow the energy on this. So, oh no. Hopefully you guys can still hear me, but,
We
my
can
phone
hear you.
just- Okay,
Yeah,
good. All right. My phone did something funny. So it looks like, so everything that brings up, can we destroy it and create it? Can
Yes. Yes.
we? Are you sure? Are you guys willing to like really follow the energy? You're like, no, but my mind has gotten me so far. Well, now look where I am. I mean, really, like, what do you have
Yeah,
to
it's
lose?
great.
It is a little bit of an abyss. That like following the energy, it's like, I'm just jump off a cliff.
Well, what is it? Let's look at that. What is it actually? So everything that you've done to like make it unknown, or like an abyss, or like something that is, that you put, so all the barriers that you've put up to energy, like, I don't know about that. I don't know. Will you destroy and create all that?
Yes.
Ah, cool. Oh, good, bad, right, wrong, talk about all nine shorts, boys, and girls. Cool. Can you perceive, or what do you perceive now? Nice. Do you notice that something changed? Yeah. There's like more of a door open for you to follow the energy. So everything that you've done to like make yourself stupid to following energy, to not following energy, to like dumb, stupid, and dumb. Will you now destroy and create all that?
Mm-hmm.
All of it. I don't know. You guys want to hold on to your dumb. But my brain, it's so smart. Not really. So everything that is, can we destroy and create it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Good, bad, right, wrong, talk about all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. Cool. Because really, has your brain or thinking really got you anywhere? No. I mean, when you have a great idea, does it come from thinking, or does it come from like out here and it's bam, it's in here? You're like, oh, I know what to do. Right? So everywhere where you got like, well, I have to think about this, like, who does that belong to? So everywhere where you picked up, like, oh, I have to think about it, or I have to figure it out, we now return that. Like all of it. So everywhere we're using a question to figure something out, where you need to figure something out before you make a decision, we're figuring it out as a density, where you're looking for density. We destroy and uncreate that. That doesn't allow you to open the doors to the magic of energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa! Okay, good. Good, bad, right, wrong, punk, flat on nature.
So it's like density is like a reference point that I am in my body, or there's something familiar to follow in order to follow the energy.
Right. Yeah. So, right now, be with me in the ocean.
Yeah. It makes
Cool.
easy. Ever since you started the call, for me it's easy because I feel
It's
that I'm
easy.
attuned to your energy.
Yes, exactly. So duplicate my energy.
But
allow
what
your
if we go out of the call? I'm in my room again.
right. So that's where, but I've opened this door to this, it's available,
Yeah.
right? And you know it's possible. You know this energy is possible. So anywhere where you would go to like, yeah, but that's just Mira, or that's Shannon and she knows talk to the entities, and oh, but that's Gary, he's this way, or yeah, but that's so and so, and they're really good at that. Anywhere where you have a yeah, but I can't do that, will you destroy it and create all that? Woo. Good, bad, right, wrong, talk about all nine shorts, boys and girls. Iron, yeah, buts. Yeah, but. Yeah, but. Yeah, but. Yeah, but. I can't do that. Yeah, but I can't do that. Yeah, but I can't do that. So everywhere where you learn that you're nothing and that you don't have any power or any potency, yeah. Can you perceive this energy that's here right now? Can you all guys all just acknowledge like that, like the small density thing that just came up when I said you're small, you don't know anything, you're nothing, you can't do anything. So this energy, start to recognize when you're functioning in this energy, destroy and uncreate it. Know that you are possible. Know that you are what makes things possible. Cool. Do you guys see that choice point? So like that dense energy came up and then you're like, no, that doesn't feel good. Okay, I'm gonna be space. You did that on your own. I didn't do a clearing statement. So truth, would you guys prefer to be living in density, or truth, would you prefer to be living in possibilities?
I would choose the possibilities.
Yeah, so anything that doesn't allow you to like, for it to be like a flashing, glaring, like red light that you are not in possibilities. Cool. Will you destroy anything that doesn't allow you to be super aware when you're not functioning from possibilities?
Yes.
Even if you don't like it. Cool. Good, bad, right, wrong, puck, putt, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. So everywhere where it's like you're afraid of what you're gonna choose, as if you, I mean, you guys, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst, bad, possible, wrongness that you're gonna do? Yeah. So all the like past lives of like being a sinner and sinning, and like any oaths and vows and commitments to like vowing to never be a sinner, because is is having fun with your body a sin? Yeah. Is like having money and being like gluttonous, is that a sin? It is, right? So somewhere like something's really weird about the whole like sinning. So would you be willing to be a sinner? So anywhere where you have oaths, vows, commitments, fealties, bindings, bondings, sinning, church, cult, religion, university, any place where you're like, no, I'm gonna be pure. Will you destroy it or create all that now? Cool. Whoa, that's so much. Good pass, right, wrong. Talk about all that. That's so much. So any oaths, vows, commitments, fealties, binding, bonding, contracts that hold you to never being a sinner or forever to any cult, church, religion, university, anything that has you bound to not being expansive and joyful. Will you destroy and create all that now?
Yes.
Times of God's zillion. Good, bad, right, wrong, puck, pod, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds.
And can we send the entities that are holding on to that oaths, fealties, communities away?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'll do.
So for everybody else, any demons or entities that you have asked to come to you to help you never sin and to keep you bound to this evil, this reality of good and bad, will you now return them to and from whence they came, and just to let them go? Their job is done. Your job's done, your job's done, your job's done, your job's done. You've done a great job. Thank you very much. Return to and from whence you came. Never return to any of us, our bodies, or this reality again. And you can go. You guys can all go now. You've done a great job. Thank you so much for limiting me. Cool. I'm ready to be unlimited. Well, I am. I don't know about you guys. Cool. I love it when I can't remember anything. So,
We wiped your brain clean because so
You
much
wiped
stuff
me
cleared.
clean. So many clearings. So what I do want to come back to is that sense of that following the energy, right? So how does it feel now? Like, would you be willing to give yourself something that you can, a day or an hour, or like, oh, for the next week, I'm just going to eat what my body wants to eat, or I'm going to give myself a couple hours every day to go just follow the energy. Should I go here? Do I go here? Look at it. Force yourself to kind of look at things from the energy standpoint and not just from your mind. Cool.
What if you have a hard time following energy? Like it's hard.
Question.
I mean, I do know. I mean, I've felt a few super light things in my life
Okay.
recently, but the subtleties, like the day-to-day choices, you know, sometimes they're all heavy. Or
Yeah. Oh, well, that
body,
could be true.
ask my body what it wants. You know, I've definitely been trying to use these tools.
Okay.
And yeah. So, anyways, I'll let you talk.
Cool. Yeah. So, so right now, really, ultimately, your body's going to be kind of like your best friend when you are, because really your body's really good at telling you what feels contracted and what feels expansive. Because a contraction, you feel it in your shoulders, you feel it in your stomach, you might feel it in your low back, you might, you know, like that sense of tightness. And then when you choose something that is a relaxation, your body relaxes.
Yeah. I mean, I also think I've spent a lifetime doing whatever I wanted, and it led me down some pretty trippy roads. So now I think in the last 20 years, I've tried really hard not to listen to myself, because I feel like not to listen to my head. So it's tricky. Okay. Now, like, this is the whole, I mean, I've ignored my body and I've dictated what it's going to do.
Cool. So you know, how about this?
You're not going to do this, or you're not going to do this.
Yeah. Well, this is,
so now
this, I mean, oh, I don't want to talk at the same time. Are we good? Okay. So yeah. Okay. So how about everything that was in the past, we just destroy and create it and just try something new today?
Yeah.
And anywhere where you might be like, well, I've done that and look what happened. Would you destroy and uncreate that? This is like, and everywhere where you think like, oh, well, like any story that you have about it, like, would you be willing just to like wipe the slate clean and step into something fresh and new?
For sure, yes.
Cool. Okay, great. So cool. So that way you can be like, well, I'm going to just try something totally new. It's kind of like, you know, like maybe you know how to make scrambled eggs, but I'm going to ask you to make them with, add some bell peppers and some mushrooms in there, maybe some cheese. So it's just like, we're just going to try doing something just a little bit different.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So, this is the other thing, you guys, there's no right and wrong. And a lot of times, like, we want to look for that immediate right and wrongness. And when you follow energy, you have to take a bigger point of view. And you might be doing something that, like, in that moment feels bad to maybe somebody, or maybe to yourself. But if it felt light, just trusting that, okay, well, something in here feels light, so I'm going to continue with that. The thing about following the energy is really that you're not going to, there still aren't any answers.
Person that just came on your phone, could you mute yourself, please?
Yeah, I was just gonna look and see who that is. Okay, thank you, person. Thank you, person.
Sorry, person, I didn't know your name.
Yeah, we couldn't see your names. So everywhere where you're still looking for a right and a wrong with following the energy, would you destroy and uncreate that?
Yes.
And what if it is just about, one, trusting that the energy said yes, that there was a relaxation there was an expansion there, and now you're moving in that direction. And as much as you might want to make yourself feel bad or wrong about it, just be like, wait, no, the energy was there. I know that's actually true. Okay. And it's like a really forcing, you have to force yourself. And this is where that battleground comes, like that choice, right? Like, I'm actually going to choose just to keep pretending that I know that the energy is leading me somewhere. Because sometimes we don't really know, but we're like, okay, we have to trust, but I don't really trust, but I'm going to pretend that I do. I'm going to pretend that I trust this energy stuff. And I'm going to keep going down this path, because eventually you'll see. If you allow yourself to keep going down that path, it will show you over and over and over again, like, the bounty of following energy is incredible. It will lead you to everything that you're asking for. And that, is true, because as I say it, you're like, oh. So, you guys are chatting, and I can't see it.
Oh,
Will you
do you
tell me
want
what
me
the
to
chat
read
says?
it?
Yeah, will
Yes.
you?
Anne-Marie said, I'm an expert at leaving my body, so it takes work to come back into my body and be aware of it. And then maybe if you check more with your body, what would it take for that to be ease?
Cool. What if that's a capacity?
Oh.
What? The capacity is to leave my body?
Yeah.
Oh. I always made myself wrong for it.
You're such a good humanoid.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Because in reality, I mean, there is a space to give your body that allows it to feel better. And what if it wasn't, I mean, like, yeah, you can escape your body, but now what if you actually just, what if you could rephrase that, like, take away the wrongness of it?
Yeah.
How does that feel in your body when I say that?
That's much lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Could you perceive that relaxation that happened when I was like, oh yeah, what if it is a capacity? Oh, I don't have to make myself wrong for that?
Right.
Cool.
I like it. Yeah.
Cool. And Marcy, wait, is that your name, Marcy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It came out and I was like, wait, is that right? The thing about following energy or doing what you want or like any of this, it's not. So anywhere where you guys have think that you're gonna do some like crazy disastrous destroying of worlds and killing people and slaughtering and mayhem, will you guys destroy and uncreate all of that?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you have done that in the past and maybe that was fun, but this lifetime, is that something you're gonna do now?
Well, it probably won't be fun.
Probably this lifetime it probably wouldn't be fun anymore. Probably would be like put in jail, and that's no fun anymore. Or maybe we're in the past. So everything that is, can you destroy it and create it so that you can, like I said, wipe that slate clean and start like with right now. What is true for you, and start to acknowledge those things that that are actually light and expansive. So Ellen, like when you're saying like, well. I know you said like the fear of being judged by other people, but a lot of times when we're like, I don't even like, yeah, but I don't know I don't know that that's a good quality, because we can't see the good qualities in ourselves. We cannot see ourselves. We don't know that we're amazing. Right? Because we're just being ourselves. We don't know that just being ourselves is amazing. So start to notice this. If you get anything out of this, and I don't, one way or the other, would you please start acknowledging when somebody gives you a compliment? And it's not necessarily a full, like, you're amazing. It could just be something like, wow, thank you for helping me. Or something that somebody might have said to you about you. Like, wow, you really handled that well. Right? Like when somebody pays you a compliment, acknowledge it. Be like, wait a second, they saw something in me that I don't see in me, so that you can start seeing yourself, so that you can start having more of it for you, so that you can like start forcing yourself to seeing that you actually are amazing. Like, okay, well, look at all the proof I have. All these people keep telling me this thing, or like, it's really nice to be when I'm around you. I feel really good. Acknowledge that. Cool, because then you can have more of it. And then when those doubts come up and the stuff that's really not yours comes up, you can remind yourself, wait a second, but that person said all these things about me, and that's actually what's true. Right? So that you can actually start to find those choice points where you can have more of it, where you can like battle for that expansion and the joy and the ease that you actually know is possible. For the possibilities. Person, how about, does anybody else have any questions? So we've covered a lot of things. Does anybody have questions right now about anything that we've covered already or want to go back to?
I'm
Cool.
brain fried.
Good. Are we at like 45 minutes yet? Does anybody have questions forward? New questions. Any voyeurs that came on that didn't talk? Does anybody, you guys that are on the phones want to talk now?
This is Jerome. I'm
Oh.
sorry, I jumped in
Hi, Jerome.
a little bit late. I have to take care of my two daughters, but I thank you. I think I've been listening in muted, but I think what my issue has been, and I've actually talked to a life coach about this when it was kind of uncovered, is that in the past I've had experiences where I didn't think, sort of kind of went with the flow and ended up either hurting people's feelings or physically hurting someone. And so I'm afraid of when I don't have control, my mind is not thinking, that I might go back and something might bad happen.
Yeah. Yeah. That's going to happen. Sometimes we hurt people, and sometimes we hurt people's feelings, and sometimes that's going to happen. So what I'm wondering is, how much recovery time do you allow yourself to have? Of all of us, how much of your life are you trying to make perfect the first time?
Most of it. I mean, my background's in engineering and IT, so.
Right, you got to get it. Yeah, we need this right the first time. So anywhere where you can now like expand that recovery zone, which is like something happens, and give yourself a big cushion, like a really nice mattress pad, a lot of fluffy toys, some really soft, hi kids, look at these kids, plush toys and blankets and pillows. Would you allow yourself to have a very large, cushy recovery room?
Yeah, I'll have
Cool.
to do that.
Yeah. So anything that doesn't allow you guys to start, like, to have that cushy, girls, Will you destroy it and create it?
Yes.
Cool. Good, bad, right, wrong, crock pot, all nine shorts, boys, man. And what I mean by that is that you guys don't have to have it perfect right the first time. You can fuck up and then quickly go, oh my God, wait. I'm just messed up. I'm sorry. I take it back. I didn't mean that. I mean this, right? Life is not about having it perfect and right the first time. I mean, how long did it take you to learn how to walk? Did you know how to walk right away? No, you fell down. So would you be willing to allow yourself to fall down in this arena also? And know that you can get up and that you can try again, and that you can get up and that you can try again, and that you can get up and that you can try again. And each time it gets easier and easier and easier. And each time you have a little bit more space with it. And each time you get a little bit more like, oh, that's what that weird energy was. Or, oh my God, I popped into my mind about that. Or, oh yeah, like you learn a little bit more and a little bit more. Would you be willing to give yourself that cushy breathing room to learn more and more about this energy stuff? Cool. And anything that doesn't allow that, let's destroy it and create it. Because you guys don't need to be perfect right away. Cool. Good, bad, right, wrong, crock pot, all nine shorts, boys, mans. Perfect is boring. Cool. Yeah. And you know inside, even if it does, God, hurting other people's feelings, this is like, I could do hours and hours and hours and hours of that. You're just like, just get over it. You're going to hurt people. Meh. You can be sorry. You can be like, I'm sorry that, yeah, you're right. I did hurt your feelings. But you are not responsible for them and their feelings either. So we all know this. And anywhere, how about this? I'll make you a deal. If you can be true to yourself over here and it hurts somebody else's feelings, like, would you guys be willing to start walking towards having yourself be like most important? Like not making yourself less than anybody else, like not placating yourself for other people's happiness, emotions, things that you really actually can't control. Would you be willing to, like, I'm not saying right now, just start walking this path of choosing for you first? I'm just saying, just the baby steps, just baby steps. Cool. So anything that doesn't allow that, right now, you guys just lower your barriers. I'm not saying we have to go out and murder people. I'm actually really not saying that at all. And I don't mean that either with like, oh yeah, you're such a bitch. Like, we're not trying to hurt people's feelings. However, for the most part, I think all of us on this call are the kind of people that overly care for people at the extent of our own, or a detriment, right? So everything that this brings up, can we destroy and create it? And allow ourselves to start to put ourselves first.
Yes.
Cool. And anything that doesn't allow that, good, bad, right, wrong, crock pot, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. That is a whole nother conversation. Huge, huge conversation about putting yourself first and allowing yourself to have you before. It's that whole like mask on the airport and in the airplane when you give yourself the oxygen first. You have to give to yourself first, and you have to honor what's going on for you first. And if you're willing to like allow that door to open just a little bit and acknowledge like, hey, I'm not feeling good about this, even if it feels good for the other person, if you start to open that door, you will actually see that it is not so scary on the other side. Ellen. Cool.
Might be wiggled out.
Yeah. I'm just saying, say my name, say my name. Yeah. When you actually start to acknowledge that you have stuff inside, and you start to acknowledge that stuff on the inside, and let people know about it that are on the outside, that is actually also following the energy. And I've noticed, Ellen, you've gotten so much better at it. Like, actually, you know what? This doesn't feel really great. How about this, right? And so it's like we start, would you guys all be willing to like allow yourselves to be that baby of like learning? You're just learning. We're all just learning. Would you be willing to allow yourself to learn?
Yes.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, we're all just learning how to do this. Would you be willing to give yourself a little bit more nurturing, a little bit more kindness, a little bit more of that motherly, like, oh, babe, you're doing a really great job. Like the energy that you would use with your kids or the energy that you would use with your animals, would you be willing to give that to yourself right now? Cool.
Yes.
And would you give it to your body? Hi, sweet body. Oh my gosh, body, I love you so much. You're doing such a great job. Oh, body, 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 body. Cool.
That's really true. When I was playing with this towards the beginning of getting into Access, when I started having a kindness and an allowance and a nurturing for myself, that was when I could really tap into the lightness. And the lightness is so much easier to get with the little things before you're jumping into the big, huge things. Like, oh, should I buy this house?
The things that actually matter. Like money.
Yeah.
Decisions. Yeah. So how is that for everybody right now? How's everybody feeling? I feel like we crossed we went on a big journey of energy and trekked through a lot of space.
Oh, that was really awesome. I especially like the part about not getting it perfect the first time.
Yeah.
I realized, how hard I am on myself for messing up and not being absolutely perfect the first time. And it sounds so stupid when you say that. Of course, you're not going to be good at anything the first time, right? So for you to actually say that out loud really hit home for me. It like a sledgehammer. It was awesome. I think it was exactly what I needed to hear.
Oh, good. That's good. Yeah. The more you guys, so right now, lower your barriers. Acknowledge that we did just go on a pretty massive ride through the cosmos. We tackled a lot of heavy densities and we came out on the other side feeling a little bit more expansive. And those densities might still be there, and that's totally okay. Now you have a feeling of what possibilities feel like, what expansion feels like, what that feels like in your body, and now you have a place where you can choose and you could ask for more of that. Oh, wait a second, I was on that call, I felt expanded. Wait, I know expansion is possible. Okay, where is it here? Right? And that's like, woo, that's the work. The work is really choosing it in every moment that you possibly can. And I'm not saying that you have to choose it in every single moment, but when you want to, when you're like, oh my God, this is so heavy, find lightness. Like dedicate yourself to finding the lightness when you're feeling heavy. You know, lightness is possible here. Reach out to a friend, reach out to me, reach out to Alan. I know. So many people are available. If you have a density that's not going away, just reach out and say hi. And usually it's that reaching out, you're like, who should I call? And then it's like, oh, even just asking for help from the universe makes things lighter, quicker.
Thank you.
It's like amazing. Yeah, you are so welcome. Any last things before we are done? No? Okay. Well, just if you guys like me and you want more of me, I'm doing a foundation class, and I keep saying this, I am going to be doing some some of these deeper dives. So if that's something that you want, definitely reach out to me and I'll put you on the list of making sure that people know that I have stuff to get to them, sort of list.
You have a list? I want to be on this list.
Okay. You're number one.
Yes,
cool.
put me on the list, please.
I sure will. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. And
Mira, you did not say you're coming to San Diego.
I'm coming to San Diego. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm coming to next week.
Yes, she's going to be doing a foundation in San Diego next week and a taster class which will probably end up being like a very intense, kind of like this call, but in-person class longer. Knowing Mira.
We'll yes. Come with stuff. Bring friends, or if you know people in the San Diego area that might want to know about it, definitely let them know. So you guys, right now, before we go, everything that doesn't allow you to know what's possible for you and the space that's available for you and the ease and the joy, the expansion, the relaxation. Would you be willing to make that more of a priority in your life?
Yeah.
Cool. And what energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to have more and more and more and more of that every day? Cool. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. I love all of you, and maybe someday I'll see you in person.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yay.
Bye.
Good to see you all.
Yeah.
Bye.